we don't need roads.
What an absolute honor to meet you. Seriously, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
I would love for you to take me back to the production of the first Gladiator film. And I want to ask you a very big question. When you were shooting that film, in your mind as an actress, who was Lucius's father?
Russell.
So at that time, you knew that?
Yeah.
What sort of conversations
If you go
were
back and you see that film, there is a scene where I'm standing and introducing my son to Maximus. And when I shot that film, I had like a personal secret. Actors always have personal secrets when they're shooting something. And my personal secret was that he was the father. You got to understand, Lucilla was married at 16 to her sort of adoptive uncle, the co-emperor of her dad. And so there was no love there. And so I always figured that Maximus was at the time probably like a lieutenant maybe, or a little captain of the guard or something like that. Certainly not high up in rank enough to be the husband of the emperor's daughter. And so I think when she got married, she was probably not having that kind of marriage.
Sure.
And that is how we got Lucius.
Did you ever talk with, like, did Russell also know this, or was this just all you?
I can't recall if we discussed it, but it probably was one of my secrets.
I think that's got to be the coolest feeling then, that the secret came to fruition.
If you watch that back again, you'll see me looking at my son and then looking up at Maximus like,
wow, that's really cool. Okay, well, I will tell you, I rewatched the film again. I've seen it a million times, but I wanted to rewatch it under the guise of getting ready for this. I will say, I'm getting chills thinking about it. Maximus's final line is, "Lucius is safe." And whenever I realized that, I went, oh my God, how did that line hit you then, and how does that line hit you now?
You know, at the time, it obviously was because, you know, I knew that my brother would kill him just to punish me if I did anything wrong. And so at the time, of course, it just meant now I've made sure that Commodus can't kill Lucius. Now, it still is the same, but obviously, you know, there's that extra thing that the audience will know that, you know, maybe he understood too that he was the father. Thinking
about that scene, I'm a big crybaby. Ever since I turned 30, I cry at everything. Like, no matter what. Like,
is it worse when you're in the air? Because with me, when I'm flying, it's ludicrous.
I
literally choke up on anything.
It's amazing. There are few pieces of music that make me cry more than "Now We Are Free." When it hit in this film, just, oh my God. Yeah. Do you remember the first time you heard that piece of music?
I literally just got goosebumps right this minute. It was like so crazy. I remember Ridley was like chomping on his cigar at the time and sort of like saying, Hans Zimmer, you know, he's doing like too many films and I've told him like he'd better not give me something recycled. And then we heard this score and then this song and we were all like, wow.
Not that this is the end all be all. How did he not win the Oscar for that score? It makes how did Ridley not win Best Director? Doesn't matter.
We do not quibble with the Academy. The Academy makes its choices.
I understand
and we respect it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm a big movie nerd, if you can't tell. I love really great behind-the-scenes stories, particularly if there's something there that most of us don't know. I've always heard stories about the "Am I not merciful" moment. Is there more to that scene? Like, were you prepared for Joaquin to turn it up to 11? Was that?
Absolutely not. I was being Marcus Aurelius's daughter. I was being stoic. I was absolutely refusing to look at him. That was not scripted, but I was refusing to look at him the whole scene. And so I would not give him my attention. No matter what, I was not going to give him my eyes. And so I think that's why he leaned in and screamed it at my face, because I think he was like, she is not impressed with my power to scare her. And so that's why he went in. And that, only after that, then I said, you think I'm scared of you? And then I looked him straight in the eyes.
Did it take you off? I mean, as an actor, do you love that sort of thing? Does it take you off
I
guard?
love
Yeah?
it. I love it, and obviously he couldn't have told me before because it wouldn't have worked. But I also have to say this is about Ridley, because you have to have a director that makes you feel so safe inside of that whole process that there is space. There's space for that moment of, I'm going to break out of this rhythm and shake up the rhythm so that the energy gets revitalized inside of this scene. And you know, that's the best thing that can happen.
Oh, so when Ridley called cut on that day, does not that he needed to apologize, but does Joaquin apologize? Like what?
No,
No?
like we're staying in character during that whole take. I mean, during that whole scene, you're staying in character. You're staying inside of the thing. It's such psychic, expensive energy to be doing this kind of scene and imbue your character with that much sort of, in this case, latent energy. You're holding all of that energy inside and you're just keeping it like locked inside your body. You're like a cat just before it jumps, right? And before it jumps, it's that thing, it's like completely still, but it has all that energy like spared up inside it, you know, and that's what it's like to act.
Oh, they're pulling me out here. If you can't tell, I'm just such a massive fan, and I'm a massive fan of film and getting to do this. So seriously, this is a real honor. I know you have a busy day, so seriously, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. It was a real honor to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank
Where we're going, we don't need roads.